Welcome back to another video. Today's video is titled You a Year From Now. You owe it to your future self. Your future self is looking back at you right now thinking, bro, you better not fuck this up. You better be grinding. You better be hitting the gym. You better be working on your business. You better be reading books. But unfortunately, most men year to year remain the same. They're still unfit. They're still broke. They're still complaining, still making excuses, and just the word still means stagnant. It means nothing's changed. And I always reference this quote because I love it. It's simple, but it's powerful. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I want you to audit your day right now. I want you to think about what you're doing day to day. Am I doing the necessary things to ensure that a year from now I'm in a much better place? And that's the reason why I journal. I have my journal right here, so I can keep it real with myself. Because look, if you're in a job, someone keeps it real with you. Your manager tells you, hey, that wasn't enough yesterday, you better improve today. But when you have your own personal goals, most of the time you don't keep it real with yourself. You're just like, oh yeah, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be a 6-figure trader next year, I want to be this, I want to be that. But you don't keep it real with yourself. You don't sit there and really be accountable to yourself. You don't sit there and be like, man, that was poor yesterday. Man, you didn't do shit for a week. Ever since I started journaling, man, I started keeping it honest with myself, and my work ethic shot through the roof. I started to see the areas that I was slacking. And I'd sit there and I'd look at myself in the mirror, as corny as that may sound to some of you. But I'm serious about my success. I'll be like, Ali, man, it was poor. What the fuck did you do over the last 2 days? You didn't upload a video, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. And I just keep it honest with myself. Not from a place of hate, but from a place of wanting to better myself, because I care about me. A lot of you guys don't care about you. Jordan Peterson has a profound quote. It goes more or less like, look at yourself like someone you're responsible for caring for. When you're responsible for caring for a child, you're very careful about them, you want the best for them. I'm not saying look at yourself as a child, but look at yourself somewhat like a child that you need to help and protect. Because the future you is looking back at you thinking, come on man, you better not fuck this up. So care for yourself a lot more, fellas. Care about your future a lot more. It's serious, man. I take my future very seriously. I didn't always take it seriously. For a while I was just YOLOing everything, Well, we'll see how it goes, spontaneous. And look, to a certain extent it's good to be, spontaneous in life. But when it comes to your goals, you can't be spontaneous and, well, we'll see how it goes. No, you need to be deliberate. And the reason why I love journaling and writing things down is because I can monitor myself. If I start fucking up, I'm like, hey, what's going on? I'm my own manager here. I'm like, Ali, what's going on, man? I love a quote that I once heard from a very successful entrepreneur. He says, what gets measured gets accomplished. And I measure myself every day. I'm nerdy with it almost. I'm like, Ali, you're slipping up in this department. This department needs to improve. Critical of myself, because I don't want to disappoint the version of me a year from now. I don't want to look back and be like, man, you fucking idiot. You didn't do shit over the last year. You wasted yet another year. And unfortunately, most men are like that, and I don't want to be like most men. Just because most men are failing, it doesn't mean, oh, you're good. Because if we adopt that mindset from childhood, when you go to school and most of the class haven't done their homework, you feel happy. You're like, you know what, most of them haven't done it, so I'm good. And we take that mindset through to our adulthood and we apply it towards our goals. Well, most people are fat, broke, miserable. You know what? I'm not the only one, at least. I'm happy. No. You need to be pissed off, man. Who says that, man? There's an athlete that says you need to be pissed off for greatness. It needs to trigger you. And I will not leave my success to chance. I will not leave it to a fluke event. I am going to be deliberate, like an engineer. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to analyze myself. I'm going to take action, because I don't believe that you should sit there analyzing all the time. No. I take action every single day. And that's the thing that I judge myself on, my work ethic, my performance. I'm like a manager of a football team that, hey, you didn't play fucking good yesterday, man. You were shit. I'm like that with myself, because I don't want to let myself down a year from now. Year to year, things have to improve. things absolutely have to improve. There has to be an upwards trajectory. It can't be like, you know, you can't have one good year and then fucking 5 bad years in a row. And the reason why a lot of men have 5 bad years in a row is because they're clinging on to a past event that happened to them. Something happened, their girlfriend left them, business failed, and they're like, oh, I'm miserable. And they cling on to the excuses of the past. No, things have to constantly improve, constantly get better. And people that are getting better year to year, one thing that they all have in common is they respect themselves. Because if you respect yourself, you want the best for yourself. If you see yourself as a loser and you hate yourself, then you're not going to care so much about improving yourself. Some aspect or some level of self-criticism is good, but when it becomes hate, then that's bad. I don't hate myself. I'm just very critical of myself. Okay, and if you're not happy with the environment around you, if you're not happy with what you're seeing, your lifestyle, the car you're driving, you need to get pissed off, man. You must be pissed off for greatness. It's got to annoy you. Jim Rohn says there was once a guy who took a shotgun and started blowing out his car. Just shooting at his car, blowing out the windows, the engine, the tires. He said, this is the last time I'm driving this piece of shit. He made the decision. He was in his comfort zone for so long, he was just settling for less. Oh, well, as long as it takes me from A to B, come on fellas, we all know that that's a bullshit excuse for not having what you want in life. As long as it takes me from A to B. That's what broke people say to justify where they are. We all want to drive Lambos and Range Rovers and Rolls Royces. Come on, let's be honest here. I'm a car fanatic, so I could sit here and talk about cars all day long. I just love cars. And I think most men want to drive something that looks nice so that they can feel good about driving it. We don't want to drive a fucking beat up old fucking Pinot. Right? We don't want to drive a little fucking shit car just because it takes me from A to B. That's our excuse. And we feel shit when we're driving it. Because every 2 fucking miles it breaks down. You hear it knocking. You're like, I hope this fucking takes me to work. I hope this. Enough. Stop settling for less. Raise your standards. You owe it to yourself in 1 year. You better not let that guy down. For many years I used to. Until I made the decision, I will not let myself down. I have to fucking constantly improve. Enough is enough. And it's possible. If it's worked for someone else, it can work for me. I will get there. Don't let yourself down a year from now. Hopefully this video helps. If it does, hit that like and subscribe button down below, fellas, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.